Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to 3 Charts in 1 with me, Richard Perry, market analyst for Infinox on Wednesday the 25th of May. Now, there has been a continuation of this dollar correction that we've seen, and I've got a couple of charts, euro dollar and dollar yen, to show you on that. But also we're starting to see, is this the beginning of some buying into weakness? Certainly Wall Street picked up last night, and I'm going to be looking at the SP 500 futures to reflect that. So we're going to start off with euro dollar. This uptrend that we've seen on euro dollar has come with strengthening euro, but also dollar weakness as well, dollar correcting the move back. And it's moved above that key level of resistance, 106.40. That was a key move because that actually, I'm sort of looking at that as being that's the first time that is a key lower high that has been broken pretty much throughout the whole of the past downtrend. So that is a big turning point for me. That is key. And it's also come with improving momentum as well, RSI above 50. And holding above that 106.40 level, we can now see this uptrend starting to build. So this is an important improvement that we've seen. And if that can now start to hold above 106 figure to 106.40 on a little pullback, we're seeing a little pullback today. If that now starts to build support around that support or just above, then that's going to, again, add to this whole era of improvement that we've got. And it looks like euro dollar is going to be testing 107.50 to 108 big figure. That's the next key resistance overhead supply from the old lows of March and April. But also this downtrend of the last 3 months as well, that starts to come in around 108.80. So important resistance overhead, but still improvements we are seeing. And interestingly, we're also seeing dollar yen, which has had that huge run higher, but it's now starting to correct back. And dollar yen, if you're looking at dollar yen, you can't ignore the treasury yields as well. The 10-year treasury yield, which is very similar to dollar yen, treasury yields falling over, comes as that dollar yen chart is also falling over. Very tightly correlated, those two. So dollar yen falling over, and it's now completed yesterday, closed below 126.90. That reaction low there, 127 figure, and again that now completes a head and shoulders top pattern. And there's this new downtrend playing out. We've got the momentum indicator, the RSI, also falling away. It's sort of playing into the corrective move that we have in these dollar pairs. Against the dollar, dollar yen moving lower is dollar negative. So again, it's sort of the target, the implied target is 122.75 from this big top pattern. So there is certainly room for, well, at the very least, a pullback to 125.10. That's the next level of support. But beyond that, I think there is definitely room for further correction. And we're now seeing lower highs and lower lows on dollar yen, the resistance coming in around 128 figure area, which is where that downtrend is at the moment. So interesting corrective momentum building. And finally on S&P 500 futures, well, Wall Street has been correcting, and it seems as though that every time we see early strength in the European session, Wall Street sells off. But interestingly enough, in the last few sessions, we've seen long lower shadows, long downside tails on these candlesticks. And that suggests initial selling pressure, but then into the close, it rebounds. And we've seen that again yesterday. Initial selling pressure on the tech sell-off yesterday, but a rebound into the close. And it's now starting to hold. And are there signs of this improvement? Well, let's look at a few other indicators. We've got the stochastics, which have a bullish divergence on the cross signals there. We've also seen a little tick higher away from the Bollinger Bands. Nothing yet decisive on Bollinger Bands, but certainly stochastics improving. And also MACD lines, a buy signal there, a bull cross buy signal on the MACD lines. The signal line turning up, the histogram also moving higher, and the histogram back above the signal line. That's a buy signal on the MACD line. So signs of improvement there on the S&P 500 futures. If it breaks that downtrend, again, that downtrend is resistance, and that, if you put the crosshair there, that's 39.82 on that resistance. If that gets broken to the upside, we could see the continuation of this recovery back towards the old key support, which is massive overhead supply around that 4,090, 4,100 area is the big resistance overhead. But certainly signs of improvement we're finally seeing on S&P futures. Whether that continues, move above 39.80 needs to be seen to trigger that move. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I'll speak to you next time. Thank you.